Hey everyone, magandang araw sa inyo lahat. I'm Ding and welcome to Vray Sketchup series. We are going to create grass in Sketchup using Vray plugins and we're starting right away. Let's start by creating a rectangle and converting this geometry into a group or a component. Let's turn this into a component because it's much easy. We just press G on our keyboard. Now this is the Vray Objects toolbar. It's a Vray plugin and we're gonna click this button, the fur button. In the materials section of our default tray, let's select a grass material. Let's go for this one. Let's render. This happens a lot. The grass is on the opposite face. Let's just reverse it. We will get inside the component, double click, right click, and reverse faces. Again, let's render. And it's there, we have our grass. Before we continue, let me point out that this geometry needs to be a group or a component before this fur button will be enabled. As you can see, it's not enabled. We can't click on it. But if we just turn this into a component or a group, we can see that this fur becomes enabled. So that being said, let's continue. Let's zoom in a bit and take another render. I think this will be all right. Our grass seems fine. It seems to be 3D dimensional, but this is just the beginning. Let's go for further enhancement. In the Vray Asset Editor, let's click on the Geometry tab. We have one geometry here, the Vray fur, and here are the basic parameters. These are the basic parameters that gave us this rendered image of our grass. We have a length of 4, thickness of 0.12, gravity of 1, and so on. Let's edit this grass by adjusting some of these parameters. Now I'll change the thickness to 0.05 and the length, let's go for 30. And let's see. Let's do more adjustment and click on distribution. Per area, let's make it 0.05. I guess we now have an understanding how this parameter works. Let's just make our length at 15 The thickness stays at 0.05, so as the gravity and the bend, but in the per area distribution, let's make it 2. Now let's create grass using sandbox, and we are going to use this button to create it. If some of you are not yet familiar with sandbox, I have my Facebook page and you can search sandbox. These are those 2 videos. Let's replace this with sandbox, and we're going to click on this button. Just drag this one and click, and just create a square or a rectangle. Geometry that was created in sandbox is already a group. As we can see, when we click it, it was all pre-selected. Let's add contour on this plane or sandbox. We're going to double click on it to enter the group and click the smooth button. We can see that we have a radius of 30 feet. Let's make this maybe 5 feet. Press enter and then click anywhere and just pull this upwards to create some contour. As mentioned earlier, this sandbox is already a group, so when we select it, the fur button is enabled. Now if we click on it, this is now a sandbox ready for a grass material. Now instead of selecting a material in Sketchup from this materials tray, let's select a material in our Vray asset editor. Click on the ground folder and let's choose this grass A 200 centimeter. We haven't yet selected our sandbox, and now right click and click on the apply material to selection. Let's zoom in a bit and take a render. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Mabuhay mga Pinoy Visualizers.